Welcome back, everybody. For those who are watching, like Brett's mom, my dad. Yeah, that's basically it.
You two are great.
And Becca, who's out there. Shout out for her. Welcome back to our review video for Sonic the Hedgehog. There has been some debate out there whether or not this is going to be a good movie or not.
Dude, you know what? I feel like the debate is not had enough.
Turned out to be pretty good. The synopsis of this movie, though, is a fast-running hedgehog from another world is hiding on Earth so that his powers do not get into the wrong hands and used for evil. My rating, go ahead and start off this discussion. My rating is a 5. It's an average movie for me. Tops Detective Pikachu is a little bit better than that. Probably on the same level for me as Hobbs and Shaw, which I also rated it a 5. Writing wise, they do throw in a lot of jokes and humor in there, which was 50-50. It was either you appreciated the humor or you just don't give two shits about it. Also, the writing was the writing for the continuity was weird, kind of the same as the continuity for Hobbs and Shaw and the writing for that. But you know, it's written for a video game, so it gets more credit than Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, because Hobbs and Shaw wasn't made for children.
So acting wise, I have here Jim Carrey. Okay, I put acting as 50-50 in this movie. I thought the only performance that was great was Jim Carrey. Everybody else was terrible.
I actually kind of disagree.
I didn't like the Donut Lord or his girlfriend at all, but I did like.
He was an X-Men.
But I did like the girlfriend's sister that was in there.
The kid.
She was hilarious.
The kid
was great too.
They should have gotten the kid.
Yeah,
for Harley Quinn.
Sonic himself, I didn't mind.
I thought he did a good voice. Yeah. Ben Schwartz.
He was good. Obviously it's in animation, and I felt the animation, like the emotional portrayal in the animation was good.
So that's the thing.
I didn't mind.
They did it in less time, so they had to reanimate.
They had to reanimate it.
That's the part that really shook me. I was like, they did all this in like a few months, maybe. Like, wow. Yeah. They
did a good job for that. If anything else, Jim Carrey, that was probably the best. Well, not his best performance, but it was the best performance in that movie.
This movie's called Sonic, but it might as well be called Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Yeah. I actually enjoyed Sonic, every bit of him. Voice acting, all of his stunts. I don't know. It's just him himself did great. Directing, I'm gonna give this directing a 10 out of 10, just because I have to give him full credit for choosing to stop production and fix Sonic's original look.
Like actually listening to fans, that's unheard of.
Yeah, he gets a 10 out of 10 credit for that. And I think editing also gets a 10 out of 10 credit for that, for actually like fixing it. Yeah, and getting it done. For how it all overall came out, it's obviously better. It's not the best, probably won't win best visual like effects or anything like that in category of like 2020, but give it props. I'll probably give it like a 7 or an 8 on that. Everything else was kind of just basic. Set designs, sound scores. I didn't really care for the emotional impact besides maybe Jim Carrey's character, which was the villain, which was weird. And that's why I enjoyed his performance, because he actually made me care for him rather than anybody else.
Him and his lackey.
Yeah,
we're pretty funny.
It was pretty funny together.
When he just like shows up with his coffin, like that, like that little stuff. It's totally childish joke, like humor, but like it'll make you go like, that's basically
the reaction. The reaction was awesome.
Yeah.
Entertainment value, it was average. I kind of just walked out of this movie going, So
I'm actually gonna give it a 6. I think I agree with most of what you said. I actually think the rest of the actors did pretty well. The Donut Lord in particular and his wife, I thought, were actually like pretty good. And maybe it was because his wife is just an absolutely gorgeous woman, but I thought she did a fantastic job. Woohoo! See her in more movies. I thought everyone did good. I definitely think the only like great performance was Jim Carrey, and it wasn't really like a great performance in the sense of just like overall, I guess. But for this movie, 100% like what I wanted to see. So like, and I think what most people go to see this, are expecting out of this movie, and he does that and then does some more. I think Ben Schwartz's voice for Sonic was fantastic, which I was surprised a little bit, I guess, because I've seen him do other stuff and he does pretty well. But yeah, as Sonic, I think he's a really good Sonic. So I'm going to give this movie a 6 because of just the small upticks that I mentioned off of his review, because I agree for the most part this movie is just eh. If you love Sonic though, I can totally understand why people are giving this movie 7s and 8s. I don't understand where these 10s are coming from, but I guess if you love Sonic that much, sure. Because it is very like
it keeps it with the core
true to the character.
Of the character.
Yeah, it's true to the character. It's not going to make you be like, oh, well, that's not Sonic. Like, you're like, okay, yeah, that's Sonic. Like, every time. So, and I think that's super valuable. And that's another part where I give this extra point to is just, it's nice to see a character that is beloved by many portrayed well. And as sad as that is to say, like, it's pretty rare. Eggman, Robotnik, Jim Carrey, I mean, we probably can't say it enough. Like, it's the best part of the movie is just him.
There's a whole scene where he just does like this, just whatever
like dances for like 7 minutes. He just
does whatever he does good at, and you're completely engaged in it, and you're just like, this is amazing.
And honestly, it's pretty pointless.
Yeah, no, it's so pointless.
But it's the most fun I had in the movie. I was just like, I like this. I don't know what it is, but I like it.
You can take it out and it doesn't like ruin the story at all or anything.
They went back to the movie and I was like,
oh,
yes.
Man.
I guess I'll watch the rest of whatever this is. There is a lot of really basic and cliche moments in this movie.
It's a video game movie.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like consistency stuff as you would expect in a kid's movie. One in particular is like he has to use an elevator at one point because they're trying to get it to a roof, and he's like, oh, I can't get in the elevator, and you're like, just run up you were running up walls like this entire movie, and then later on he'll run up walls too. So you're just kind of like, okay, whatever, it's fine, it's a kid's movie, and it creates this like kind of weird scene later. So, whatever. So there's little things like that if that really, really bugs you, you're not going to like this movie. But then just realize you're in a child's movie and get over it. That's pretty much all the things I had to say. I think there's a lot of good parts of this movie, but it's so I get the hype, but I don't think it deserves people giving it 8s or 10s or whatever. Actually, one more thing, the like action scenes are pretty well done too. As far as like a speedster is concerned, like one of the things I would compare it to is like Flash, and Flash got a lot like really stale because all it was just them running at points. But this movie actually makes it kind of fun. It kind of mixes elements of Quicksilver with just elements of Sonic, and I think that's what makes it that extra creative twist. Makes it different enough and to be fun and to be enjoyable, and that's another point that it gets to go up to 6 for me.
There's actually twice where I'm just like, oh, this is a Quicksilver moment. Yeah. But then they kind of just top it off with their little like
Sonic quirkiness.
Yeah.
And
I'm just all like, all right.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. And it's fun. So yeah, it's a fun movie. If you like Sonic, 100% would suggest this movie.
Yeah, I think it's enjoyable for kids if you have kids. If you want to introduce them, it's
way better than Doolittle.
Yeah. If you want to introduce them to something that like you grew up as, like, I feel like this is
made for that.
Made for it. So yeah.
Anyways, 5.5 Samurai Reviews.
Thanks for watching, everybody. For those who do watch them,
sharing, subscribing, that helps a lot. Thank you for that.
See you guys next time on our next review video.